so creatives everywhere. So then we have Nengi, Inala, he's a photographer, he's a visual storyteller. He's a creative photographer with a keen eye for capturing moments that tell powerful stories. Through his lens, he brings ideas to life and inspires others to see the world differently. Passionate about visual arts and creative expression. He's all about making every shot that is pictured count. Then we have Taiwo Oluwaseyi. He's a visual artist, a great pencil illustrator. He strokes that speak and sketches that spark thought. Taiwo is refining creativity through visionary art. His work blends culture, innovation, and storytelling, pushing boundaries to inspire reflections, revolution, and a better society. Okay, so this now.
So basically, how adulting has affected my own content creation. Well, firstly, I must say that adulting comes with a lot of responsibility. Yes, it comes with a lot of responsibility, which demands that you sacrifice every day, you pay the price, you put in effort, more effort, day by day, each second, even though it might be painful, even though it might be, you might look tired, look wearied, it comes with a lot of responsibility, which demands that you put in your effort. You have to put in your effort. That is if you must know, you must reach the zenith of your career, that you say. You must reach the zenith of your career. So it demands a lot of responsibility. That's what I can say. Adulting and content creation, if you must grow, you have to be responsible. In your content creation as far as I'm concerned, you have to put in your effort, pour your mind, pour your spirit, pour your soul and your body for you to know, for everything to work together.
So as regards what I do as a photographer, adulting, I will see it as the growth in whatever creation you do. So for me, the growth is how far I've gone in it, and what people in working, you get to meet a lot of people, the nice ones, the not so nice ones, the friendly ones, and all that. But I as a person have to be able to relate to them properly, to be able to give them what they want, and do my best in it to be able to show forth and tell people that I am good at what I do. So the other thing I feel, or I see it as growth in the creation I make, in the pictures I give out to people, and in how I work on it. So it is that growth. You cannot, if you are growing or in an opening, it is how you've done things before. So if I'm to work on a picture, if I've not done it before, I'll have to have thoughts about it. Sometimes I will have an edit on it, but I might not see it as very okay. I have to think about it. Sometimes I ask friends or people around to see, so actually they see it as okay, and if the client might see it as something very light. So the adulting is basically good, very, very good.
And sponsorship will be rolling in. So it's when you get the money from it, you know how to use that money to fuel into something else that will also give you money. So because I don't know, I really don't know about the sustainability. For the type of person I am, I don't think I can rely on content creation as the main source of income. I don't think I can. I think it's something, especially in the country that we live in. I know some people, for example, when TikTok got banned in the US, a lot of people were crying because that was where they were actively making money from. That was their life, their source of income. But in a country like Nigeria, it's almost like content creation for some people is a side option. So you have a 9 to 5, and then content creation is that thing that used to get money and free products sometimes. So I'm guessing maybe as we progress, the content creation landscape in Nigeria will expand to something that people do full time. That people that do it full time. For example, photographers. I mean, that's also content creation. That's their full time job because they take pictures and all. But for people that make videos and all of that, I'm not so sure. But I think we're getting to the point where you can fully rely on content creation. For now, I don't think I can. But maybe sometimes.
Vital information you are dishing out to people, those are very good content, which actually bring you some at least little income. But depending on what you are dishing out, we have people that will just go on TikTok, dance, and they will go offline. It won't bring you any source of income as far as you are not consistent with it. So, for instance, let's take for instance this popular content creator, Sabinus Shaggy, right? They are putting out content and they are gaining income from it, isn't it? So, as far as what they are dishing out is more relevant and useful to people, as far as it can add value in one way or the other, or give people some kind of relief. The country is hard, people need to laugh. So, depending on what you are dishing out.
Well, I'm going to say that for photographers, it can be, but I'm not going to drop my leg to you for photography.
Why?
Eh?
Not drop your leg. What if it does not bring you money?
What is it?
The law does not bring you money. It's bring you money.
I'm not asking you for here.
No, now what if, okay, sorry that I'm saying to you, but what if, like, photograph maybe some today, now you get a pic with people in the US or in the UK that is going to bring in billions into your account. So you still carry it up.
I'm a photographer. Yeah, so sustainability is
Should we come back to that?
so sustainability. If it's being able to sustain this because I'm not doing free jobs, I'm taking the pictures and getting paid. Unlike the TikTok that you are waiting to have followers and all that to get paid. So I don't even use TikTok. Yeah, I'm not posting anything. But the pictures that I take, I'm taking pictures of you, you are paying me. So you can say it's very easy because my picture taking is mostly paid, sometimes it's not paid. So it's not my choice. It's not my choice to have it keep me going or not. So let me go down on this keeping me going. So in picture taking, photography keeping me going is putting myself out there. I don't know, maybe some of you might know me or not, but I think most or a higher percent of us here think I take pictures. If you are in need of for me to take pictures, you know that you are supposed to get you are supposed to pay me for it. So it's sustainable in that way. And in the way that it might not be sustainable is not everybody wants to take pictures. Some people feel that it's not just him carrying camera or carrying phone. I have phone now, I have my 16 Pro Max and all that. So they feel that I don't want to pay this guy or pay this person for this thing. Let me just do it by myself and I'll light it out for it. It doesn't really matter what yeah. So let me just do it by myself. So it is your consistency in it that makes you better. So I'll say it's sustainable for what I do because I'm getting paid as it is done, not unlike the video creation TikTokers basically, not the one because TikTok how it works is, well, I think how it works is you have followers, you put in the details or stuff like that for you to get paid on the videos that you are creating. Or like photography, I'm getting paid for the pictures that I snap, not on what I post on IG yet, because that's what I do. So if I'm looking at getting paid on Instagram, I'll say I'm doomed because I'm not yet here. I'm not getting to the part that or to the stage that I'm working on Instagram to get paid. So I'm looking at clients, people that need the pictures themselves to get me paid, and wanting more people to come so that I'll be able to be sustainable and not broke. Thank you very much.
Okay, so
Listening to someone speak on use of TikTok. I set up on TikTok because I saw Jalabia like normal. So I popped on it and I was using it to probably promote some great videos. And someone mentioned I was like, even you're genuine, serious, this thing, kind of different. So people sometimes see these as unserious. So once you're putting up content, they do that. You don't have anything to do with your life, and you're just wasting your life or wasting your time. And that's not ideal because, like you've all said here, that you can use content creation to have actually a long-term sustainability in financial income. So it's actually just an extra tool. It's actually just a tool that when utilized will even make your skill, whatever you have to offer, give it a broader reach, a broader audience, and even give you more success rates. People see that as being unserious, and then so I think that has to be.
thank you.
What would you do? you're getting followers and getting bigger.
Yeah.
That popularity. I feel like you are rich, so that you have money.
You don't have money. Are you sure you have money? If this was to pay for what you have.
No, I don't want to do that.
Don't you have to? Okay, so you.
Like, oh, those guys are there's no money. Then maybe it's promotion to go like maybe sometimes with some app is like let's say like TikTok looking only Snapchat.
What do you think? Okay.
Nah,
That's business now.
maybe promotion so this is good like that's Nigeria. But Nigeria that came with TikTok that's if you have future accounts. Then maybe YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat stuff like this. So I'm going for the maybe small money. Maybe your views now.
No small money.
There's actually what's the
small
small
money?
money?
So let's see like maybe basically it's TikTok I think 1,000 that's if you're tax. So they pay you maybe $1 or so like so you can put it share. So because of how it will be with very
I think YouTube actually plays share.
the most important condition is that okay, they get to the strategy. What do I mean by that? Okay, number one is that for you to dish out the content, firstly you must know yourself. What can you create? I am not Sabius. I can't act like Sabius. Neither can I act like Shaggy. So me acting like Shaggy is just like a waste of time. And if I act like Shaggy and people are not loving, I'm wasting my time. So and I'm not saying okay because I'm acting like Shaggy and people are not having one day to better. I will waste all my years acting like Shaggy and it will bring no results. So firstly know yourself, know how creative you are, know what you are creating. Know what you are creating very well. If you are good at comedy, create your comedy, let it be more unique than every other person. If you are good at photography, snap your pictures in a way that people will be dazed and be like, is this snap here or this planet or from another planet? Something like that. So one thing I want us to know is that number one, find what you are good at before you go into content creation. Because if you go into content creation because people are getting into it, then you get distracted.
That should be the last question.
I'll say one misconception you can have about content creation, privacy. People tend, like for example, you want to like talk about a day in my life, a day in my life as a student, and then you actually like show them your own room and show them things. If let's say an African mother sees that, she believes why don't you show your room like what you bring? So you bring, I know you intentionally want to show your room, but most people don't think like that. There are people that actually want to see your room, they actually want to see what you do on the day. But they're actually something that actually still analyzing that why it's doing, why it's doing it.
One misconception I feel most people think about creatives is that they think that creators are like natural, like they are naturally born with the talent they have, maybe all this hard work that is put into it. So therefore, people then start to undervalue you. They'll just be like, oh, you are born with this, maybe you are just funny, normally you are actually you look into the mirror and cracking the jokes to yourself. So I feel most people just feel that this person naturally born this way, naturally work to get here.
I want to snap pictures for their postcards. I'm supposed to have, I would have had the test on Monday, but it has been cancelled anyway. Anyway, so you are coming to meet me that you want to take pictures today that should be done this evening, and that you are supposed to post the flyers too. I feel it is, first of all, you should plan your life. Because I used to try and plan myself. I plan anyway, but school happens. Then you bring in your not well planned life to my own is another thing. Yes, I know I'm getting paid, but if I do it the way it is done actually, that you're bringing pictures a day before, and I charge because of the urgency of that shoot that you want to do, I don't think anybody will pay for it. So I just feel that people should plan themselves for when you want to do things. Don't come one day or 2 days before your birthday. You should make plans. I was happy with somebody that met me that sent a message, I think 2 weeks ago, that she wants to take a shoot in June. So I was very happy because she had already had it planned out. I bet it's not even in June, it's in July. So I really love that. There is enough time for me to think of the concepts, and how the pictures will be taken. She has said, like, I like that plan, not that, oh, hey, please don't take pictures. Today is my day. Who are you? so, I, so, it is clashing, but it's, I hope everything goes well. Thank you very much.
Sorry, like just to touch on what he has said, as regards planning, when planning is, try to be considerate. Try to be considerate. The person you are giving work, know that he has his own schedule too. Yes, he has his own schedule. There was a time during this December period, last year December, I got work, 2 portraits. I think it was of this size, this particular size, and I was meant to deliver 2 of this size in 1 week. And basically, this size of a portrait cost me a week. Then, this size, there's this portrait I've been working on, I've been on it for like 5 months now from January. I just finished this month. So, how do you expect me to finish this size, 2 of it in 1 week? Yes, the capacity is there, but I'm not a robot. I'm not a robot. So, be considerate. The person you are giving work, plan your things ahead. Okay, there are some things we want to do aside from this thing. You know, everybody has some other things to be doing aside from their career. School activities is there, family issues are there, even their mental health. You never can tell. So please try to consider others when you are wishing out your work. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I study law and I consider law as a dynamic course. There's no field you want to work in that will not see law there. So if it's music, there's law. If it's filmmaking, there's law. So even though law was not the course I initially wanted to study, it was maybe fine art or what's this course? Or mass communication. So law was an afterthought. It was never an option. But now that I've studied law, I see that law applies in every field. So in that sense, it doesn't really clash with my passion because I'm not somebody that likes to do one thing. I like to do multiple things, and in every of the things I found myself in, there's a way law comes in. And studying law has also helped me look at things from a different perspective. It doesn't make me see things in the way other people would because I have a new way, a new perspective. But in terms of clash, the clash is that law can be a very jealous cause. It's like it's either you focus on me or nothing else. So in that sense, I'm trying to read all my courses that are offering 5 courses, and they're all 4 unit courses. So it's like a lot is at stake, but I also want to be able to do other things. So the clash is there, but in terms of hindering the passions that I have, it doesn't exactly do that because there's law in every field you want to work in. I do that by, how do I say creative, by being realistic?
How do you manage being creative? Why staying realistic about responsibilities?
I think it's a matter of priorities, knowing which one should come first. So I started something new that I think it works for me now. Usually when I have a lot of tasks to do, I feel overwhelmed, and at the end of the day, I don't end up doing anything because it's like, I have this one to do, and then I just don't do anything. So what I started doing is that every day or for a week, I write down my goals for the week. Okay, this is everything I want to achieve for this week. And then every day, I still write out the things that I want to do this day. So doing that helps me, think of, okay, this one should come first. Okay, I want to read for 2 hours today. I can move this one to the end of the week. So putting myself, prioritizing my tasks has helped me stay, I've forgotten the word, has helped me stay responsible. Also discipline, because the type of person I was before, I used to work based on motivation or discipline. So I'll not do something if I'm not feeling the ginger. And I don't always feel the ginger. So I'll say tomorrow, and then tomorrow come, and then next week, next month, next year, and I'll never do it. So now I've started forcing myself to do things. I started going to the library every day to also work on my task and also read. And then people will say, you're serious, so wow, I want to be like, it's not that I'm serious. I know that if I don't go, my life is spoiled. So I'm just trying to stay focused and disciplined. Last week, I did not write any goals for the week. So it's like, I'm a work in progress. It's not all good, it's not all bad, but just staying realistic and prioritizing my tasks.
Being creative, why staying realistic about responsibilities?
So for me, building on what Olamide said, if I have a lot of things to do, I'll just do one at a time. I'll just have to do one first. Then when I'm done, I'll do the next one. So that's sometimes I'm not prioritizing, I'm just doing whatever I feel I should do. So in prioritizing, for me to make it responsible is discipline and doing the things I have to do well. So in what? Yeah, so staying creative is me having to do what I need to do as a student and as a creative, taking pictures. And in doing that, in working on the things that I have on deck is having discipline, setting out time. That's why I'll still go back to the planning. So if people had proper plans for when they want to do things, it would help me very well. So it is that discipline. Because sometimes I even tell them that if you are coming, just bring 50K for one picture. I'm definitely chasing it like that. I used to do it sometimes. So it is no. Let me explain. So the thing is, if I don't do that, they can just be coming at any random time. You get? So I'm doing that not because I don't want to do the pictures, but this is because you are unserious. So I am taking that leap of responsibility or discipline so that for the next time you want to do it, you know that you are not just supposed to come at any random time or at a close time to when you need those pictures. You should have it at the back of your mind or have it in your mind there. Let it be something that, since you need the pictures today or tomorrow, is it just yesterday that you found out or today? You should have made that plan out to help me out and help me stay responsible and disciplined. Thank you very much.
Proper planning is to stay creative and still be responsible. Yes. So there was this time, I think it was during second semester training. Yeah, second semester training. So it was during exam period. I had a work, series of work, not one, not two, series of work. I had to do them, I had to prepare for exam. That's creativity and responsibility. I have to do those work as me being creative, and my responsibility as well is to pass the exam. Because I don't have to fail in my creativity too, and pass exam, or pass exam and fail in my creativity. I have to balance the books. So don't let one affect the other. Be creative, be responsible. So you measure something as regards discipline, you have to be disciplined to achieve the goals. Because if you are not disciplined, there's no way you achieve it. There's no way, there's no magic you can do. Because for instance, you have paper tomorrow by 8 a.m. and someone sends you a picture as a photographer that you need to edit it overnight. And it has to be submitted 12 a.m. in the midnight. And you have 8 a.m. exam, hot paper tomorrow, 8 a.m. and you have to do it. After editing, will you say you want to go and sleep when you have 8 a.m. exam tomorrow? No, you have to sacrifice for it. Discipline. That's where discipline comes in. So if you must be creative, you have to be responsible. You have to take full responsibility for your actions. Full responsibility. So I pray that God will help us in this. But let me start from here, my brother story. Like he said, your creation, your content, firstly, it has to be impact lives before it gives you any source of income. Because if your content is not impacting life, it's not giving out a substantial value, then it's irrelevant, it's insignificant to people. So it must first have to impact lives before it brings you any money. So is passion enough or what?
Or does money eventually?
Well, I must not say passion brings money. Yes, passion brings money. If you are not passionate about what you are doing, there's no way you have the money. Yes, if you are selling bracelets, for instance, and you don't know how to monetize your bracelets, you have the passion to do bracelets, you have the idea, you have the whole thing, the passion is there. But if you don't have the ability to monetize it, your passion is useless. I'm an artist, I draw, yes, I draw a series of portraits. But if the capacity to monetize my portraits aren't there, then my passion is not enough. So passion brings money, but passion is not enough. You have to monetize your passion. Like, advertise your passion. Show it to the world. This is what I do. There are some of us here that don't even our neighbor don't even know what to do. Yes. Your closest neighbor, your roommates don't know what to do. They don't even know maybe you are an artist, All they know is you are in school, you study nursing, or you study engineering. They don't know what you are good at. They don't know who you are. So you have the passion to sing. You say maybe you are saying Davido is your, for instance, Davido is your role model, or if you go suicide, do so you is your role model, and you are not singing for people to see you. Like, I'm not saying you should. I'm not talking in the sense of self-glorification. That's not what I'm talking. But let people be aware of what you are doing, so that your passion won't be useless. Don't let people. There is this book I read. My brother said, "Don't rob your generation of your talents, because if you rob your generation of your talents, God will ask you. He will definitely ask you." So passion is not enough. Monetize your passion. Passion brings what? Money.
I'll talk about especially my own talking on LinkedIn. For example, now when I want to make content on LinkedIn, I'm not in school, I will really be busy, and I'll put time. I just dedicate one free day when I know, okay, I'm free on Friday or mostly Saturday, and I'm like, I'm not doing that thing. I'm going to dedicate this. It's very tiring because there are a lot of resources you have to put into it, and but I know, yes, this is going to, after today, this is leaving my schedule, so I'll have time for other things. So it's like, they're like, okay, I'm tired, but in the long run, this is going to help me reduce like my activities for other days. So like that day, just okay, we are dedicating to this. Okay. And another thing is to make it easy to persuade content. You can make it on ChatGPT. Honestly, like wait, no, like I'm serious. Like it's not meant to be a big deal if you know how to give you your prompt to ChatGPT. Yes. Like the other time I wanted to like do like a policy content this thing on LinkedIn, and I was like, I had the idea of what I wanted to, and I just put. Well, there's some AI that's smarter than the rest. You get so just have to find I'm serious. Like being like Microsoft AI being is smarter than ChatGPT. Yeah, ChatGPT is smarter than me. Like everything has to be different. So like I'll just basically say it's okay. I want to do this. I want to do this. Give me a 30-day content idea. Do you get? If I don't need to give you intro, give you a lot of things, and it will give you. Then you can just adjust it. So if you make use of those AI tools, it will kind of reduce the words, like it will reduce the stress, and you get. Yeah.
Okay, so I have this question for one back. Just because I can sing doesn't mean I have to make it. Like, okay, yeah, if that's what you want to do. But sometimes there's this pressure, how can you do this thing when you're not making money from it? So sometimes just let's just do it, I can make it. Let me just do it. Maybe for my friends, for myself, for my family, sometimes my passion should be
like I can create like 30 contents and post. Even if I'm writing an exam, there are times I will write an exam and I'll post it. People will be like, this guy is serious. He's writing an exam and he's posting. So like I create a lot of content in a day. I can create like 50 my drafts. So I can post 10 contents. That's why if you see my own this thing, if you open my page, if you see one, the next 5 minutes you are calling me, you see another one. So like I batch create content, I can't move the things up, and it's to plan. The thing is to plan because even if you batch create, you have to think that okay, which content should I post, which content is engaging at that particular time. So you have to think before you even batch create. So that one gets me works.
Sorry, give a shout out to your content too.
Give a shout out to your content.
To
Your brand.
Okay. To my lovers.
Okay.
Thank you all for loving my content and for always engaging.
Okay.
What is the name of your? What is the name? Okay.
I understand. Oh, thank you. Sorry. So, I understand the fact that money is important, but there are creators that they are not creating with the intention of wanting to make money.
Yes.
You understand? And then I think it also affects a lot of things in the sense that, like, we talked about, like, we just been speaking about how creativity and responsibility can sometimes be different. And then, if you are not creating for money, it affords you a lot more free time. In the sense that, because you are not getting paid for it, you don't need to do it on demand. Do you understand? And then another thing is you also, because personally, I think I'm one of those creators that, okay, if I get paid for what I'm creating, fine, but that's not the primary reason for me writing or primary reason for me wanting to speak. Do you understand? I want to touch people, yes, but if I get paid for it, no problem. But now the thing is that I fear that if there is that extra element of, oh, I'm getting paid for this, it might make me lose the passion for it. You understand? So that's another thing I think we need to consider when we talk about creating. It doesn't just, okay, yeah, there's content creating, there is art. Sometimes it's not the same thing. Although yes, they sometimes go hand in hand, but it's not exactly. So that's
Money from what I do. I mean, I've made money once from CV writing, but that's not exactly what I always do. Now, for the type of work I do, I'm interested in advocacy, advocacy for literacy and education and all of that. It's not exactly something that I'm looking to make money from. Well, I don't know. If it was money, I would have chosen something else. So definitely now, it's passion that is driving me. For my podcast now, I've had family members say to me, this thing that you're always doing, have you gotten money from it? Why are you now wasting your time on it? A while ago, I got like an opportunity I was really looking forward to because I'm interested in the education technology space. And then somebody said, oh, congrats, I didn't pay you salary. And then it just took the joy out of my mood because like, why is that the first thing that came to your mind? And I know that was out of a place of love because you want to know if I'm making money from this thing that I'm putting so much time into. But the passion that my passion and getting these things gives me a sense of satisfaction. I make money from these things sometimes, but it's not the sole reason I started. And yeah, so I think now passion is winning. Passion can be enough for you. It just depends on what you are looking to get out of life and what you are doing.
It's like I said earlier, I said passion firstly was in partners before you can make it like a source of income. I want to give a quick example of that. When I was in 200 level, I was showing a portrait. Then my dad asked me, who gave you this work? I said, nobody gave it to me. He said, so why are you wasting your time on it? I said, I'm just doing it. And I do that person, I framed it with my own money. I framed it, I presented it to her. Now, after presenting it to her, she had to collect my account details and sent me something. Now, the first thing that drive me in that thing was passion. Because if I don't have the passion for it, immediately my dad said, why am I wasting my time on it? I would have thought that paper. That would have been the end of it. So, firstly, your passion, you need to understand that, okay, this thing I'm doing, I'm not just doing it for money. I'm doing it to make influence and impact life first before money comes in. Is that taken? So that's it. Thank you very much.
Set out plans for and goals for how the person wants to work. So for your career, you should be disciplined on how the things should be done. Then for school also, because here we are all students, we have classes, tests, assignments and all. And you would also have, for me, I would also, at the moment I don't have things to work on. So it's basically setting plans, making goals, ensuring that you're able to do what you have to do at the right time or a specific time. Because if my test was to go, I would have shot some things off or moved the delivery date to another time. But since it's now cancelled, so it's basically for us to have set out plans and be able to deliberate on those set out plans for career and school activities.
Sorry, what's the question?
I said, what would you tell someone juggling school, career, and content creation?
Okay. My advice for someone mixing school with content creation and career is set out a proper plan for yourself. Hey, you hear me? Set out a proper plan for yourself. Have it in mind that you are to achieve a goal, which is a certificate. Don't let your content creation or your career also affect your certificate. Don't let your passion for, I want to be the most, you recognize content creator rather, in Elizade University, affect your CPA. Because your CPA is very important. As far as you're a student, it's very important. So, set a proper goal. This is the time I will be reading, this is the time I will be drawing, this is the time I will be snapping, this is the time I will be creating my content, this is the time I will be reading, something like that, so that everything is going to be balanced and the same scale. So that's it.
Okay, first off, I'll say well done. You are doing a great job, and you can definitely you have this under control. It's difficult juggling school, content creation, and career and all of that, but it's not something that's undoable at the end of the day. Just as they've all said, prioritize what is important, proper planning, and also have a good support system. That's something that has also helped me. And it's also important to rest. Nobody will arrest you if you rest, because sometimes you are juggling school, you are juggling all of this, and it's difficult for you to just take the time to breathe. So also take the time out to breathe, because your mental state also affects the type of content you put out, the way you approach your work, the way you approach your academics. If you are not feeling good, it will also affect the work you produce. So take the time to rest, have a great support system, and you have this under control.
Sometimes, for example, now today, I will restock. So restocking first is one content in its own. So now, on boxing, I mean, on nylon, anything. That is another content. So now, me now, modeling for each years, then I can use like trending sound and everything to do content. So if I gather everything, before I know, it's already up to date. So now for you that I are doing podcast, I can say that you can take topics, like topics that you want to address. You can plan it, what are the things I want to talk about. You just write it out. Then after writing it out, you cannot be changing clothes. You know you want to create everything. So you change clothes, like okay, I'm talking about drug abuse, you wear one clothes. I'm talking about sexuality or whatever, you wear another clothes. So before you know it, you have created 20 content. And throughout that week, you don't have to create another content again. All you have to just be doing is to be posting it. Each content per day. If it's one more per day or 2 per day, you post it like that. So that does it. And it will take time. So you can take break in between. It's not as if you just creating content like that. You can take break to eat, to rest, then you continue. Like when I can create content, when I'm tired, I'll sleep. Then when I wake up, I continue again. So like I do it mostly weekend, not having students. So I'll go to classes, try and do that. So I do it maybe like Friday to Sunday. I'll create the content for the week. So that's
Sometimes even templates, CapCut does not work out. You can stand up.
Okay, sorry for coming late. I had class, I have to just quickly finish and come. So the question here is, how do you create content if you are not good with apps for editing? Sometimes even templates, can't see this one, CapCut does not work. This is it. We are all like exposed to using YouTube, and if you go online to Google, you can actually like see other apps that can work with that. Even when you go on TikTok, there are some pages that like they are for edit. They will teach you how to edit. They will just give you like a brief knowledge about editing. So what you do first is when you have your videos, you have to like know which ones comes after each other and what sound you want to use at the same time. So it depends on what you are doing. Some people might want to like do a voiceover for it because that's another type of content. Another one is you don't want to use any voiceover, you just want to like use sound, any music type to just, so you have to like know how to blend it. Like you can go to YouTube to see how to edit videos. So from there, you start learning on your own and you start getting better with time. When you start seeing other subscribers, other people that have page there, so you just have to just research on YouTube and go to Google to just explore. So from there, you start being a master of your own editing.